Greetings. Welcome back to Switched to Linux live stream on Wednesday night. Well, I was gonna wait a couple days to announce this, just because I wanted to go ahead and check the quality, but I did finally release a t-shirt with the cat on it. So if you did want something with the kitty, I have Sub to the Cat, The Human is Crazy t-shirts at the store, which is shop.switchtolinux.com. And I was gonna wait because I always like to order something in and actually get a copy in-house to make sure the quality is what I want, the printing quality. But there is a 20% savings on anything in the store today, so I decided to go ahead and announce that today. And there is also, though, free shipping coming up sometime next week. I'll have to look up what the date is. But if you were looking at getting something at the store, there is now this cat. It says Sub to the Cat, The Human is Crazy. So he very cooperatively sat down on the green screen so I could get some pictures, and that was just the best picture of the cat. So for anybody interested, there's that. Again, there are t-shirts, bags. I believe actually I put the cat on a mouse pad as well. So yep, there you go. So there's two mouse pad options. There's a Sub to the Cat, The Human's Crazy mouse pad. So there's a lot of things over there. Again, if you do want to pick something up, make sure you come down here, hit this redeem code now. That will make sure you have 20% discount on anything in your cart. So go ahead and check that out if you want. Well, let's go on and have a look at some comments. I have 3 different stories we're going to cover. And again, I'm going to record 3 separate stories and then release the edited versions later on this week. So, how's everybody doing? Alex Dorr, I don't think Deepin is spyware due to CNZZ stuff. Ubuntu has Amazon. The PopCon is also included in Debian, by the way. We're going to go ahead and talk about all that kind of stuff. Hello, T. I hope you're still on. PC Linux is also a Russian distro. It is not spyware, but it has a security flaw. Okay, so there's a lot of different thoughts and debates and whatnot coming off. There's PC Linux, React OS, I believe are Russians, Russian groups. So there's a lot of debate coming up back and forth. We're actually going to do the YouTube stuff first before getting to Deepin. But let's see. Going to install Deepin PC, then dive off the Deepin board. So dive off with Deepin so you can jump into the deep end. That's it, man. That's it. That's the way to go. Linux users are still suspicious of Deepin. Deepin Software Center is a website wrapper. We'll get into that a little bit. Need to take a look on the Deepin OS. Let's see. There's some Debian stuff. Manjaro, Linux Historian, hello there. Did you get that Solace video up? Sorry, I did not get a chance to look over there yet. Libre Secure says hello. Q1 Fiend, greetings. Microsoft just implemented telemetry in DOS 3.5. Yep. Good evening, Ken. How are you? Snap. Boop. There it is. All right. Okay. YouTubers are moving to Twitch. Debian should make things lighter, but Deepin DE is heavy in general. Yep. Yep. Just kind of scanning, see if there's any good good comments to hit. So Stephen B asks, which one allows for a slideshow background out of the box? Linux Mint Cinnamon does for sure. Other ones might, but that's the only one I know of off the top. Basically, you just go into your image settings, and there's an option there to rotate the background, and then you can do a variety of different things in there. Yeah, there's always BSD, but you can't hug it. So, I tried to hug my router the other day, and it like jumped up and ran away. It was kind of crazy. Had to coax it out. I thought there was a download you could get of Chromium without compiling it. I know I put it on a friend's Windows computer, and I don't remember compiling it. Pizza. Got the 1111 DNS so far. I'm a fan. All right, we'll talk about that one. Will be our third story today. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started there. I apologize if I missed the comments, but we have so many people even on right now. There's so many comments. I'm going to go ahead and mark my spot. Once again, you guys are catching this live. I will also be releasing the live streams unedited on the Patreon page. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and run the intro on each of these as I get everything set up. And that way it makes my editing job a little bit easier. So hello, Odie, and Highland. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's go ahead and dive into this, make sure we're running. Oh, welcome back to Switch to Linux. So today what we're going to talk about here first is the YouTube debacle. The YouTube debacle. And this is an interesting question because really what kind of started this, of course, as you know, with YouTube, it's kind of fickle. Sometimes you'll get highly promoted, sometimes you won't. There's this demonetization going around. There seems to be a lot of favoring towards one view, not the other, which is kind of a fascinating thing in light of the whole Facebook issue. You know, Congress asks the same exact type of stuff. You know, are you either a neutral platform or are you exercising your First Amendment rights? That was a very distinct question. Was that from Cruz, I think? And the reason he asked that is if I happen to have a website like Switch to Linux, and I have a website, switchtolinux.com, I can go over there and I can say whatever fool thing I want. You can agree with it, you can not agree with it, as long as I'm not running afoul of specific laws like, you know, I'm not even going to give any examples. Ha ha ha. You almost tricked me, but I'm not going to. Obviously, outside of clearly violating laws or, you know, running the next back page or something, I could pretty much manage to do whatever I wanted on there. But if I were to do an aggregate site, like a social media site, like YouTube, and I start to censor things in different directions, one way or the other, I am now introducing bias, and I lose that status of an independent third-party group. And so that was kind of a fascinating thing. But what some of us notice in the circles, like I obviously work in privacy circles and things like that, and so there's a lot of things that I do that, you know, kind of YouTube probably doesn't like. A lot of big companies may not like what I do, and I'm not anti-company at all. I think a company has the right to their business and whatever else they want to do. But what we need to keep in mind is that there needs to be a point of separation where you're being scrupulous. Even just the other day, I received completely out of the blue a survey. How did we do at your latest visit to our store from a local UPS store? Which, by the way, I never gave them an email address. I'm not sure where in the world they scraped it up from. But I get this thing, and I gave them 1-star review, and I wrote them a kind of a nasty thing in the comments saying, yeah, I will not recommend anybody to go to you because you took my email, which I never even gave to you, and you passed it off to a third-party person without my consent who issued some survey. And so they sent me an email. Oh, we're sorry. There's an unsubscribe link at the bottom. We unsubscribed you. It's like, screw you. Why'd you put it there to begin with? And that's kind of the thing that you get this balance of a little bit kind of back and forth. And this is why I'm so careful with the privacy stuff, is because we have to maintain this degree of understanding that just because you can scrape my email from somewhere doesn't mean I want to receive communications from you. This is 2018. If you want to sell me a product or a service, make sure you have a good, findable website. And when I'm looking for what you sell, I'll find you. Shocking. Okay, not to say I'm completely against any form of cold contacting. Not 100%. I mean, I'm actually working right now with a company that had reached out and said, hey, we have a service that based on your channel and watching some of your videos, this guy was clear he watched some of my videos. He says you might like it. So we had a conversation. I'm going to try out his product. But I got this other one here today, and we get this all the time at YouTube. And it literally says, hello, greetings from my side. I and my team appreciate the high quality content of your YouTube channel, break, switch to Linux, break. I want to discuss other business opportunity with you regarding your YouTube channel, as you are receiving the kudos and fame for your work. It is also a time to capitalize on your work. Please send me your contact number or we can discuss the business here, and I am looking forward to hearing back. And I literally have a name, a Facebook account, which is his name, not any business, a Skype phone number, a WhatsApp phone number, and an Instagram thing. Yeah, I will not be doing any business with you anytime soon. I have no idea how I got off on this train, but it's kind of entertaining. Let's go back to the YouTube debacle. Anyway, I talk about things that that YouTube may or may not always like, and that's what some people are saying, oh, you're talking about Linux, therefore you're automatically demonetized. Well, that's fine. Show me in the policies where that's not ad-friendly or whatever else. But what kind of caused this blow up is, if you didn't catch the DeFranco show on Monday, he comes up and releases this video called Tired, Frustrated, but Also Excited. And he talks about his challenges with YouTube, that video views are dropping off. And you get a guy with 6.1 million views, and his videos are only getting a smaller number of views, and every video they're putting is demonetized. It starts to raise questions. What am I doing? Why am I not getting communication? Especially since YouTube said at the beginning of the year, we are committed to communicate to our community today. Eli, the computer guy, came out of the woodwork in response to all this kind of stuff. And he's like, you know, you're talking about wanting to communicate to people. He says, you guys released this blog post. He has just shy of 1 million subscribers, and he had to learn about this article from The Verge, is what he said, which is a valid point. Of course, Bogey came out, and he did a video, a response to DeFranco's video, and he's kind of talking about the same kind of stuff. And so we have this situation going on right here where a lot of even huge YouTubers are getting so frustrated, they're taking breaks. They're moving over to Twitch. So there's been talk in the rumor mill about Amazon creating a competing product or service. You have all sorts of interesting stuff surrounding this. And I've noticed it myself. My views are 50% what they were 2 weeks ago. Monetization has dropped excessively. The channel is not being as viewed. Videos are not being as seen. You guys who are subscribers are not getting the notifications, even if you've subscribed and hit the notification button. Something is clearly going off. And so we get this silly little thing from YouTube, which is really a non-thing. It reinforces we're going to communicate by putting something up on the blog and never communicated it any other way. I wrote a letter beginning of the year outlining 5 key priorities. Among these was a priority to communicate more frequently with all of you, and in that spirit, I plan to share updates. Okay, you want to communicate? Why in the world are our channels falling off? Why are our subscribers not getting notifications? Why are our channels' revenues? Every video I've posted for the last couple days had been demonetized. Every one of them. Those highly offensive videos on top 5. What was my top 5 this week? My top 5 is still demonetized. And here's the biggest challenge with that. I got to find it. Here's the biggest challenge with that is that with my video, the video, if it's demonetized, they will not even view it to check if it's not flagged until it has 1,000 views, which means, by the way, the view count of that has dropped off. So if I look at my analytics for that particular video, and for every particular video, then what you will see is that the video views drop off after a couple of days. And so that video, which only has 800 and some subscribers, got the majority of its views in the first 48 hours. Now that that video is over 2 days old, it's only getting about 3 or so views an hour, which means even if it crosses that view and they're like, oh, great, let's go ahead and put ads back on this video. Let's go ahead and put ads back on this video. Okay, then even so, I'll still get nothing for doing that video because of how few people are actually viewing that video now. So until it crosses, and it's like 890 views right now, so until I get about another 110 views on that video, no one's even going to look at it. And that's been the case for every video I've uploaded. The Yahoo privacy policy, that still says it's in the green, but it was flagged with demonetization. The React OS one, I don't remember that getting flagged. But that's kind of what's going on. Once again, all of our videos are getting demonetized. You want to communicate, YouTube? Communicate why? Why are creators? I never swear in my videos. I don't show graphic content. I know what the rules are and I stay away from them. I'm not a person that pushes the envelope. Why is it that every video I'm uploading is getting demonetized? Why is it people aren't seeing my channel? Why is it I'm getting tons of comments on my videos saying, Brats, I missed this one because I wasn't notified? From subscribers who try to be at every one of them. And so DeFranco is getting frustrated. And Boogie is getting frustrated. And they're looking at this. So, of course, YouTube's like, oh, we're going to come up with this other way. So I'll tell you about that, and it'll be interesting. All right. We know the last year has not been easy for many of you. We're committed to listening. Yeah, right. Committed to listening to the hand. Listen to the hand because the face ain't listening. That's kind of what YouTube's kind of listening to. What is it? Talk to the hand because the face ain't listening. Yeah, that kid first came around about 20 years ago. My neighbor did that, and her parents took her hand and ah! Like, no, I'm talking to your face now, girl. All right, and here's so over the last, channels earning 5 figures grew 35%, 6 figures grew 40%. We're so proud of this progress, guys. Why don't you help the small upcoming creators get onto the platform? Transparency and communication. Yeah, there is no transparency or communication. How's that sound? We want to communicate more about it. This year we've increased our replies over 600% and improved the reply rate by 75% to tweets. Good to know. YouTube leadership team has also made it a priority to connect YouTube audiences across the globe. Okay, supporting your success. So we made a tough decision to set new eligibility requirements for monetization, which honestly, I don't really mind those. I thought that they implemented it poorly, but the new policy is just fine because it will get a lot of your scammer guys kind of out there, We know it's frustrating when monetization icon changes back and forth between green and yellow. February released an update to our systems to improve overall accuracy and significantly decrease. Why is it every single video I have challenged that has crossed 1,000 views gets that monetization reflagged? Apparently, your new AI isn't working, but here's the thing. I went through about a month time when I didn't see a single video getting demonetized. Now every video is being demonetized again. They just released another algorithm. That's what Bogey says. That's what Philip says. They're releasing another algorithm, and we never really know what they are until it's kind of too late. But that's the thing is I'm getting every video like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Many of you said you're willing to provide more feedback on what's in your video. So basically, they're going to do something when we upload it. We can tell. It's like we can tell it. Is there any vulgarity? Okay, that's fine. I thought you had AI bots that are supposed to detect that kind of stuff. I mean, looking for a bad word in a generated text script is not actually all that difficult. I don't know. But anyway, giving people more ways to engage. We know that engaging with your fans is important, so we're working on new tools to encourage the conversation. We've expanded community to many more creators. We've been fine-tuning how to and whom to post are distributed across your home and subscribers feed. We've updated live streaming features. Everything they've put into live streaming has been annoying and idiotic. Ooh, you can live stream quickly with any camera now. Ooh, click the button. Meanwhile, they implemented this top chat garbage that I keep on forgetting so that I miss half the chats that are coming through, and they put on this stupid annoying chat replay that I don't want, because I got news for you guys. I can't monitor everybody's chats, and there's things people say in my chat feed I don't necessarily want to be available after I publish the video. That's one of the reasons I switched to this format where I'm going to be recording 3 different shows and taking the live streams off shortly after they're recorded. I miss it on some of them, but because there's no centralized button in the system that says disable chat replay globally. There's no button for that. And I want chat replay disabled globally because I don't want chat replay playing on my videos. So I haven't seen a single one of these things. Now, one of the things they're going to be doing, and I'm not sure if it's here or if it's listed somewhere else, but one of the things that YouTube is going to be implementing is a type of system kind of like a Patreon for YouTube exclusive. Essentially the same thing that VidMe was doing. Where you can say, here is your, you want to come in and support this YouTuber, so you can support this YouTuber at, $1 a month or $5 a month or $10 a month or $50 a month or whatever. And of course, they're going to take 30% of that. So I'm going to tell you guys, if that's what you want to do, support it like that. For now, check out Patreon. I am still working on another system. Shoot a payment on PayPal if you want every month. That's fine. I can set up actually subscription buttons if you want on PayPal. I can do that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of things that can be done. Now, am I going to be like DeFranco and other people, let's jump ship because YouTube is sinking? No, no. I will gracefully step into a lifeboat as the final bow goes sinking under the water. I'm not moving. I'm not going to DTube or BitChute or any of the other platforms at this point in time. I have been very clear on that. I know quite a bit about business. I am sticking firm with the course that I have planned out because, when things are going up and down like this, the only people that get hurt are those that jump out. So for the people that are going to suggest to go to BitChute, etc., please don't. I ain't going. Okay, not right now. There is a time and a place and a plan for that for this channel. My other channels are a different situation, and this week or next week, I'm not sure exactly when it's going to be, I am officially going to start releasing all of the Christian channel stuff on podcast. And so I have the podcasting software set up. What I need to do is start re-encoding the things. I'm getting some outro voiceover dubbed in, things like that. So what I'm going to be doing is getting that system set up, and then I need to grab all the videos from that channel out of my archive. And that channel is going to start, all the videos are going to start going up, at least most of the videos. I may not do the live streams, but all of the planned videos, the daily walks and the Bible studies are all going to be podcast form, hopefully starting this week or next week. And I might decentralize it because in reality, that channel's monetization structure is not in any way affiliated with, the only reason I use YouTube is because it has the widest audience. That channel might go other places. The cooking channel, I just have no idea. Like when I figure out the time to actually regularly upload to that channel, then I'll start figuring those things out for there. But that leads me to a fascinating question. I need, and you guys can help me come up with the name and the concept for this. I want to develop a site, not too unlike what DeFranco and Eli are doing, one place where you can go to a website and see anything I'm doing on all the videos. I have some of the core framework built. However, I hate the name I have selected, which I'm not going to tell you guys because I hate it. What I would like from you, leave in the live feed here or in the comments afterwards, what is a good name I can do? And it has to be inclusive enough to include the fact that I talk about 3 different things on 3 different channels. What is one place? Like, videos for life or something like that. Something I can work with because my mind has been blocked. What is a good approach I can do for that? So that's kind of where I'm going to end this one out. Again, just kind of my final message here on this YouTube stuff is yeah, we're in rocky waters again. I'm not jumping ship right now. I'm sticking firm, and it'll settle out. It'll settle down. No big deal. So let me know what you think. And with that, thanks for watching. It's really annoying. I thought that was a pretty good take and I forgot to push the record button. I'll just have to download this one later and just upload this section. I'll remember to record the other 2 sections. That was pretty good though. I don't know. Total life today. Oh, that's actually not too bad. All right, let's see. Where did I leave off? Oh, so many comments. Of course, I switched to live chat halfway through, and so that wasn't working. Let's see. Successfully installed Hackintosh. Nice. Very good. All right. However, the companies want to trap us in their prison by 2030. Absolutely. Yeah, they do. That's the thing, is they want us to do that. First time viewing for you. Well, welcome there. Is it Scrapjaw Studio? Welcome. All right. What's RAM usage on Deepin? Can't remember. Got 111. Love it. Awesome. Very good. I hope Zuck dies in prison. Okay. Wondering if I want to help with a video on Red Star. Brave new world. Brave new problems and antiquated laws that aren't ready, and an overzealous U.S. government that doesn't grasp what Facebook is, and CEO that doesn't seem to know much more. Yep. The VCs and the white collar. How about, why don't we say the gold collar criminals? That's your investment people. Your gold collar criminals are taking over Silicon Valley. So pizza's getting notifications. That's good. Don't give all my information out. I'm filling out a job application online. Yep. I use Blogger. Only use service Google doesn't care about. Make new YouTube Pied Piper. Yeah. Made my Linux Mint look like Windows XP. Nice. I already imagine the lives of many teenagers being ruined because of what their internet passed. Yeah, absolutely. There was a great video I was watching on that. I forget who it was by, but very much. Doesn't support evil Amazon. It doesn't pay taxes, monopolizing all the businesses, putting everyone else's. Yeah, there's a lot that can be said. I mean, the reason I use Amazon, I was talking about this with a friend of mine the other day. The thing with Amazon is I do wish they'd do a better job of paying their employees more. I mean, it's very clear that they're doing well for themselves and things like that. But the other things it allows you to do, does allow me to do things like print my books a lot better than most other options. And frankly, I get more money from Amazon when one of my books sells than Amazon gets when one of my books sells. And so there's a lot that can go for it one way or the other. I'm not a huge fan to everything they're doing, but at the same token, I am at times frustrated with how they do things. Absolutely. But yeah, there's a lot of things that can do. What I don't understand, Tom, why don't you move to another platform, use YouTube like a website landing point, or keep pushing Patreon? Okay, again, the reason is, Joe, is that I still make the majority of my income from Switch to Linux on YouTube ad revenue. And even though it's been dropping significantly, I still make a lot more. And the reason I'm not going to also put videos other places is because it dilutes the views. All right. There are ways people can and probably do watch the videos when I don't necessarily put them on YouTube, or when I only put them on YouTube. There's other ways and whatever else. There's other places people could see them without coming directly to YouTube. But it will dilute my view count if I do, and that makes the channel grow slower as a whole. It's a matter of focus. That's why. But yeah, Patreon is there. Patreon is a thing. Patreon.com/Tom M. But, I have 13 patrons over there right now. That doesn't even cover my internet costs in a given month. But Google does pay internet costs. Actually, Google pays internet phone. I think internet, phone, and half of my electric bill, I think, is what I would get from Google. It's not a lot. Not a lot at all. It's a help, but it's not a lot at all. Say bandwidth, we could allow up to 10 videos, then pop first one. Wait, pop 0 first one? I don't know. Even PewDiePie is demonetized more often than not. Yep. Even ordinary teenagers who do not want fame are at risk. I've never seen an ad on any of your videos. Yeah, isn't that funny, Steven? Every video, almost every video I have is monetized, at least if it's public, for sure. Yeah. Creators could start a class action lawsuit. I don't know. I'm not sure it's really worth the time, but I don't know. It'd make a lawyer a lot of money, that's for sure. Going to make a social media platform. Well, Highland, start with the open source Facebook, like the open source social media platform, and start there because it has everything you need already, and then you can just customize it. Or if YouTube is overloaded, not enough warp drive power to power the social media shit. Probably. Got too many people on this. Many wish to be free from the techno dystopia, will flee underground and go to nature. Yeah. Greetings, Total. How's it going there? All right, let's see. YouTube, RTube, check out Dave Call and they'll protect you from yourself. Remember the promise of ad-free TV with cable TV? Hello, Psycho Outlaw Channel. Thanks. Tom Tired to help out Yahoo. Total trash day. Oh, yeah. That's crazy. That Yahoo privacy policy was just nuts. Hello, Fat Elvis. Greetings. Older, love these tactics. Been going on via FCC forever. Yep. Yep. Same stuff, different day. I don't have to leave, jump ship. All this is digital. All you have to do is clone, upload to all platforms. Well, the reason is because it dilutes the video views. It dilutes the video views. That's why I don't. The other channels? Yes. Yes, snap. My Christian channel is called Our Walk in Christ, and I have a cooking channel called Home Cooking Hacks. If you can't find them just by searching there, just check out my Switch to Linux homepage. Scroll about partway down on the homepage of Switch to Linux, and you will find them there. And I will be doing the podcasting here shortly. Your own website just for your own videos. Well, Pizza, that's exactly what I'm doing, and that's what I need some thoughts. Am I a preacher? I have been doing a lot of Christian studies, Christian Bible studies for many years. So what I'm actually doing right now is I'm going through a lot of old studies that I've done with people in the past. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. I'm doing a long, probably at least it's going to be a year or two long study through Foundations of the Christian Faith by James Montgomery Boyce. That's what I'm doing right now. All right. Today tech. Okay. Total life today. That's actually not a bad idea. Switched to Tom's Universe. See, that's too inclusive, though, to switched to Linux. I do like Total Life Today. It sounds like a good option. All right, let's see. Analog. I recorded one video. I got 2 more to go. Recorded second video on the channel. Awesome. Tom's Wisdom. I prefer to not have my name in it. Your opinion, Tom, was your favorite Mac OS release? No, I would never try a Hackintosh because I think Mac OS is horrible crap. It's bad enough on a Mac. I don't want to try it on a PC. And I don't really have an opinions on favorite Mac releases. I mean, I use Mac just for what I need to use Mac for. But I'm really not a fan of it. Audio tutorials on your channel. Very good. Scrapjaw Studio. Hello, Mike Greer. How's it going there? Greetings, watcher. Switch to Christian Linux. Nope, too inclusive, you know. There's a kitty. There's a kitty. Sneeze, sneeze. Switched from YouTube. Nope. Love the cat. Thank you. He loves you too. Just stick around till the end of the show, Psycho. I always feed the kitty on the end of the show. That's the highlight. Think what you're doing with the channel's goals. Yep. Rarely get notifications. Don't know why. Yep. That's how it's going. Moving us forward in a backward society. Yep. I need to see the video where you find the video for me. Which video? Privacy and security focused and happen. Okay. Just sub but no notifications. You are live even when I click on the 3 VARs history. Barely get notified. Yep, that's the thing. That's kind of why I try and do a regular schedule. Voice for Liberty. I do thinking out loud, like the word. Huh. Voice for Liberty. That's an interesting take. All right. Yeah, I saw that one, TSM. WTF YouTube is Doing by Dave Collin. I saw that today. That was pretty good. Okay, Mom won't let me get a new phone, and the iPhone is an iPod Touch 2, got for 50 cents a yard sale. There you go. Oh, YouTube, fix your comment thing. What demonetization denomination or church you follow and like? I prefer completely non-denominational stuff. I am not a fan of denominations. They tend to introduce a lot of their own bias, but you know. Tom Murky Zone. I am pretty murky. No, it's Murawski though. Fleeing to nature will be the only way to regain your freedom, probably. Linux philosophy. I've got to do, Tom, is dye your hair blue, get a nose ring, and name your channel Destroy Toxic Masculinity, and YouTube will explain. I should do that. I should. Name it Pizza Lovin' Nerd's favorite YouTube channel. There you go. Is that URL open? No, see, I don't want it to have, I don't necessarily want it to have Linux in the title. I don't want it to, I don't want the title to be specific to any one topic. That's the challenge that I'm having. School blocked my channel after I made a video about how you can't use HTTPS in Linux. School Wi-Fi. Of that video, they blocked my channel. That's hilarious. Life, Christ, and cookery. That's not bad. I'd be afraid of the word Christ in there because that would probably turn off anyone who doesn't necessarily agree. But I'm going to write it down. All right. Well, we're going to get on to our second topic, and I'm going to remember to push my record button. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and push my record button now so I don't forget this time. I'd prefer to have a higher quality. Once again, we are going to replay the intro. Oh, and I need to fix my banner as well, so give me a second. Okay. Not you, you. Really? Come on. Oh, my keyboard is really not behaving very much these days, and so it's gotten the bug again. I have no idea what's going on with it, but I got to pull the batteries. it's kind of weird. Like any system, and it's not the batteries low in charge. I actually tested the batteries to see if they were low in charge, and they're not. It's just it randomly stops working. Really crappy keyboard. Yeah, my keyboard is completely dead. All right, well, let's go ahead and export as. I have to do everything manually with the mouse. That's so annoying. Oh, come on. All right, so next we're going to cover is Deepin OS Spyware. Maybe I'll get my mouse back before long. Who knows? Welcome back to Switched to Linux. So today we're going to take a quick look and a discussion on Deepin. Is Deepin OS spyware? Of course, this kind of came out from YouTuber Quidsup, who looks at this kind of stuff all the time, and he released videos in the past asking, is that the case? And releasing videos saying no, it's not. But then he finally released this one saying 15.5 contains a tracking script from CNZZ. CNZZ, which is a Chinese tracking script. And so let's go ahead and dissect this topic a little bit. So the first issue from my perspective is we keep on, we are in a divided world right now. And here in the United States, I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but here in the United States, we're getting all sorts of negativity surrounding Russia and China. It's like you'd think that Russia and China themselves are the spawn of Satan itself. And so anything from Russia or China here in the United States, we are being conditioned by our news media, probably at the behest of the government, to be suspicious of anything coming from another country. Now, I've always come back in the past and said that, what I need to, it's open source. We can audit the code. We know what's going on. And that is really the case. And that is indeed the case here as well. With Deepin, and it is open source. We can audit the code. Well, it turns out, though, that in auditing the code and looking at network action, Quidsup identified a few different things. And I'm not going to play all his video here. But what we actually have here is, it's not focusing in clearly, but what he notices, you'll see this red line here. This is blocked from his no tracker script, and what is going on here? What is going on here is this this particular tracking script is basically like a Chinese company's equivalent of Google Analytics. So what's going on is that he had a few network connections that he was aware of what he was going to, so he was looking for those. There's several different connections to Deepin servers, presumably checking for updates and things like that. But then there was this one tracking script, which is from CNZZ, and what this script is, basically it's like analytics, and it is linked into the web store. So this caused a lot of back and forth in the community. One guy left a comment on my video today, which is kind of funny because I haven't actually discussed this issue. I don't recall I did anyway. And in that video, what he said is he ends up saying things like, he said, several YouTubers came out and said that this is false. So I went ahead and looked. And so, it's come up here. And if I just do Deepin OS, I can't, my keyboard stopped working. My apologies. I can't type in Deepin OS. Anyway, you can envision me typing Deepin OS spyware on here. And I got one video. One video that was actually a video from, and it was really a guy, he had no points, no counterbalances. He was just kind of talking about how much he hates it when people come out and say this is the case. But the reality is this thing is a tracking script. So what's going on? Well, people are saying, well, you know, the Deepin store is just a framed web page, and that's what it is. Well, yeah, sorry to burst your bubble, but a lot of the applications in Linux are just web pages. A lot of them are. And CSS is what's used to run up a lot of your styling in Linux. No problem with that. No issues. But what happened is in the latest version of the OS, 15.5, is they embedded a tracking code in the store, which can presumably monitor and track all of the information that you're doing on the store, which basically means that a third-party analytics company is getting data from your device. Now, of course, Deepin came out with an official statement saying that it is not spyware. Recently, there's a saying that Deepin, Linux Deepin is spyware. That logic is that Deepin has CNZZ links in its website and app store, and since CNZZ will collect some client information in the browser, and thus Linux Deepin is spyware, it is a serious problem since nobody wants to have his or her private information leaked, as in the Facebook event. Deepin has to inform all of those interested in that our App Store backend is a website, and CNZZ is a famous internet statistics analytics service provider that collects website anonymous usage information such as browser user agents, resolution, etc. That etc. is the part that is a little disturbing for some, in which is just some product as the same product as Google Analytics. Deepin uses CNZZ to collect website access information, and so to know how to improve the website experience and detect website problems. No private information can be collected this way just by the data mentioned above. We hope this clarifies the spyware thing and make the promise again that Deepin is not collected, has not collected user private information in the past and will not collect user private information in the future. So that's their official statement. So there's a few things involved here. The first is, yes, Google Analytics can pull a lot of information about a user. And in theory, then, CNZZ also can pull a lot of information about the user. IP addresses, basic demographic information. Now, are they collecting... Is this a script that can collect the whole telemetry? No, it would only be able to collect the information that is involved, that is embedded inside of the App Store itself, which honestly, they shouldn't have included. They should not be including it, which, by the way, this is part of my ongoing issues with Brave Browser. Because Brave Browser, despite saying it's a privacy-centric system, embeds Mixpanel, which is not only one of the session replay scripts, but it was the session replay script that was caught leaking passwords accidentally by the requests that they're sent. And this is a challenge that if you happen to have an operating system like this, where you're trying to say that we're not collecting any data, you should not have any type of analytics script in here. Now, is this a huge deal? Is this like ban Deepin? It's spying on you? It's doing more than it should. I'm not finding it to be a serious major concern. I am more concerned with the collection Ubuntu is doing, because Ubuntu is collecting a full operating system fingerprint. It might be able to collect the full fingerprint, but it's not as likely. It will only, for example, if you run Tails, for example, and you maximize the Tor browser, you will get a warning not to maximize the Tor browser because the JavaScript could figure out the resolution of your monitor, which is part of your fingerprinting. Well, this script does have that in it. You know, this is an open source script. You can see what it does. And if you know JavaScript, you could actually track down what exactly is being collected. So it is true that there is some form of data collection inside of the Deepin OS based on the store. So if you were to use Deepin OS and you were concerned about that, just get rid of the Software Center if you can. That's kind of what it boils down to. So yes, there's data being collected. It's not necessarily spying on everything you do. I'm not sure, depending on your definition of spyware, it might be spyware, it might not be spyware. Still, as far as a embedded type system, it should not have CNZZ. It should not. Their website, fine, whatever. My website's currently running on Google Analytics, but you have the option to go there. You can also block it if you go there. If now it's curious to me, I'm guessing that if you were concerned, you like Deepin and you're concerned about this, I would look at whatever script that's calling and whatever script that's running and simply block it in the host file. That will take care of it. So it's not a huge concern, but it is possibly the first step down a slippery slope. And I would prefer they take it out. It'd be the best thing for them to do in their next release to just take it out. No big deal. I mean, guys, I am sick of this fallacy. We're collecting all this information so we can improve the product. Just listen to user forums. Have a means for your people who want to volunteer information to tell you about it. You'll get plenty. You will get plenty of information in that respect. Absolutely. But as far as running this type of thing, like running as an analytics script on your website, no big deal. Running it in your operating system, I think we're crossing the line. So that's kind of my thought on that. I did want to clarify that because a lot of people are going back and forth. You know, YouTubers have proved it's not. No. This is collecting data in response to things that you're doing on your operating system. That is, by some people's definition, spyware. And so if that is your definition, then yes, Deepin OS is spyware. If it's not your definition, then it's not. I personally, I wouldn't use Deepin because of this personally, because there's other operating systems that don't. Now, let's go ahead and also address the other one because people are going to talk about it. First, the Ubuntu. I have talked in vast detail about the Ubuntu. There are 3 specific things in Ubuntu that you need to be aware of. And with those 3 specific things, first is you want to make sure that you are deselecting the opted-in checkbox. That really should be an opt-in, not an opt-out, but deselect the checkbox to send a system fingerprint. You want to uninstall PopCon. You want to uninstall AppPort. Those are the 3 things that Ubuntu is doing. As far as Debian, people are saying, well, Debian does all this other stuff. Debian has PopCon, which is an opt-in only. Ubuntu, if you do not opt into PopCon, I don't think they give you the option. Ubuntu installs PopCon, but to my last knowledge, does not activate it by default. Meaning that there's probably going to be either some type of opt-in or maybe they'll toggle that on in the release. I'm not sure yet. But with Debian, PopCon is not even installed unless you select specifically to opt into that collection. So that is your difference between Debian and this Deepin, which is a embedded script that nobody knew anything about until QuitSub came out with this video and said, hey, there is some tracking analytics software in the operating system itself. And it is in one application of the operating system. I don't know. I don't use Deepin, so I don't know if you can run Deepin without that particular application. Please let me know if that is possible. So thanks for watching. All right, that's my thoughts on Deepin. We got one more to go. One. All right. Like the channel, keep up the great work. Thank you, Odie. Appreciate it. Contact me. You installs a server operating system and VM on your server. I heard you like servers. Why not make the banner a text block? Changing it out be easier if at all possible. It's actually a lot harder than you think, especially since it's 3D stylized. Is it a Microsoft? It's a Logitech. Logitech has really gone downhill a lot. Jose Bracera, like your channel. Thank you very much, man. Mega Jizz Jesus Tech Food. All right. Doesn't spy, it's a website. Yeah. Just got my notification for the stream. Seems consistently 30 or 40. See, you missed the first part where I was talking about that, man. I don't know. That's kind of crazy. Tom's open source wisdom. That might actually fit. I'm just going to have to scan comments. There's so many. Keyboard bad timing. Now I have no audio from you. Oh, yeah. Did I miss? Missed two of my 3 topics. Did I talk to Brad? We've done some communicating on the comments back and forth. I was actually just about to reach out to him, and then he left this book on my comment feed, and I thought it'd be better to have a written response to his comments than an unwritten conversation. So honestly, I haven't, and if you watch this video, that's why. He put up a huge comment on my video. I felt the need to respond to it, and that took all the time I had. Eventually we might connect. Yeah, Ubuntu 18 was open with it, and Quitsup caught Deepin doing it. That is the radical difference. Ubuntu versus Mint, I prefer Mint. Yeah, I mean, there's reasons, Snap. There's reasons to keep Windows around, I still do a lot of my work on an old Windows install, but I have a Linux install ready to replace it when the time has come. Any more thoughts on Yahoo new privacy? Found out if you don't agree to new terms service, they can scrub your email at will. Yep. If you like Deepin, just run something else with Deepin. Yeah, there's Antergos and Manjaro have Deepin. I like the stream. Thanks, Snap. Warren Caravan, greetings. Use Debian. Yeah, I like Debian. All right, let's see if the keyboard's back up online. Nope. I need to go grab a backup keyboard. Excuse me, folks. Well, it worked just resetting the USB. I don't know what's going on with it, but I think it's just about to die. It's really cheap garbage. All right. So much faster working on a functioning keyboard. All right, next we're going to be talking about 1.1.1.1. Before we get into 1.1.1.1, however, there's something else we need to do. All right, so one of the people I have not heard anything from on the mouse pad, I have been requesting a means to reach them for a while now, and I've not heard anything. So we are going to do another drawing for the mouse pad. Obviously, on this drawing, if you've already won one, you will not win it again. So I have 54 people. We're going to do a random number with the terminal. Drum roll, please. Number 7. CNS Elliott. CNS Elliott wins a mouse pad. So CNS Elliott, if you are within the hearing of my voice, send me a PM with an US address, and I will get a mouse pad out to you. If I don't hear from you in 1 week, I will draw another one. Let's go ahead and save that document. So CNS Elliott, and I'll reach out to CNS Elliott later as well. So, all right. Jeesh. Okay, there we are. It's trying to find my baseline. Where was I? Where was I? All right, so let's go ahead and push my record button, and then we're going to go ahead and give this a start. Welcome back to Switched to Linux. Well, if you've been watching the internet news lately, you know that there's this new thing out there called 1.1.1.11111. Oh, wait, hold on. 1.1.1.1. Today we want to talk about what, why, and how. So this is a DNS system. So the DNS server, this basically is a thing that takes your easy to remember names and translates those into numbers that will retrieve the information for your server. And so really there's a lot of other videos that talk a lot about this, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time, but I did want to show this image to just to highlight a few things. So what we have here with this, and I don't know, this is from, I don't know, windowsitpro.com, I guess is where that figure's from. So basically what we have going on here is the DNS can be overridden, and if you are familiar with the hosts file on your computer, really what you're doing with the hosts file is you are controlling local DNS. So your host file is a DNS system. So what happens is you're on your main system, such as our main PC over here. So inside of your main PC, you're looking up a website. So here they say beta.example.com. So when you go into a web browser or any background system setup, unless you're on Windows 10, they have some funky ways around it. So you go onto your system, and on your system, you just kind of tell it, go to beta.example.com. Your local DNS first, which is your hosts file, will see, is there anywhere this computer's telling me to go? If the answer to that question is no, then the next thing it does is it shoots it on up to the next level. So here we might have a router or a local DNS server. So your router may or may not behave like a local DNS server. More often than not, your home routers, by default, they just pass through. They're just like, a request is coming in, I don't know, just pass it on up the chain. And then that's going to go up to your ISP. And then your ISP has a name resolver, and they may or may not be passing it on to someone else as well. It kind of depends. But what happens then is, by doing all this, your ISP gets a chance to see all of the things you're typing in and relay all the information back and forth. This allows a lot of things. First, it allows your ISP to see very clearly everything you're doing. It allows them to interject some things. It allows them to, if you type in a wrong number, it allows them to interject and send you some really, really annoying, crappy, giant page covered with ads and probably malware. Just, you know, it's kind of like that old suicide Linux, you know? Run the suicide Linux in the terminal, run a terminal command. You get any one thing wrong, it automatically runs runs the delete command in your root directory. So, you know, you get that kind of stuff. So basically what 1.1.1.1 is it's going to be a you run it as either on your main system or on your local server, and it's going to effectively bypass your ISP's DNS route. This will add a level of security in that it's not passing all of your DNS information through your ISP. It's going to route it around instead. And that's kind of what's going on. It's a little bit different than a VPN. So what this 1.1.1.1 is you can go into either your router if you want it to affect your whole network, or into your individual computer or device if you want it just on your individual network. And what it's going to allow you to do is bypass your servers at your ISP. In place, go to Cloudflare is where 1.1.1.1 is. And Google has another one of these, which is 8. Yeah, theirs is 8.8.8.8. And there's a few other ones out there as well. And so these allow you to use a different system. Advantages, if your ISP blocks some type of traffic, you can reroute to this and bypass what your ISP is trying to block. Very good in this world where net neutrality is no longer a thing. But regardless, your system here is set up that way. Now, what I want to cover, because a lot of people have done a lot of the same videos, I want to cover something here that most people don't, because I always advocate the use of a good hosts file. Utilizing your host file to block certain sites, such as the tracking script I have on my website, where you can block all those advertisers locally on my network locally. I block the advertisers, I block Facebook, I block all of these types of things that are grabbing and tracking your data. So any device connected to my home network here works a whole lot better than most of the other add-ons, plugins, or whatever else you could come along with. But now what I want to do is talk about this 1.1.1.1 in light of all that, because what you need to know is that DNS resolvers cascade. The closer you get to your main system, the higher their priority is. Which means that for me, I deploy my blocking scripts on the router level. So any device connected to my internet has those blocking scripts. That means if I go onto my main computer here and I change the DNS according to the instructions we're going to look at, that is going to override my router, and all of the things that I block on the local level will pass through. This actually has a usefulness thing for me, because I block Facebook, but occasionally I need to verify something is on Facebook for a client. And so I can locally that moment change the local computer to bypass my router, and everything works. This kind of became a big deal when which government, it might have been the Syrian government, I forget which one, was blocking access to Signal. And so if people just went to the local devices and did 8.8.8.8, you'd bypass the local ISPs. That's the power of this and advantage of this. So should you use this? I mean, I say there's no problem with it. I set this up on my own home network. And so all of my requests on all my devices on the router level are going up through this. Now, there is an extra consideration that you need to do if you are running hosts files, and I'll get to that when I get to it. So basically, if you go to the website, which is https://1.1.1.1, you'll be landed on this page. Hit the install button, and this is going to take you down to your various things. It should detect where you're at. If you have an iPhone, Android, Mac OS, Windows, Linux, these are all your main client. So if you are running blocking scripts or any other type of local DNS on your network, such as a blocking scripts in your router, maybe you're running a Pi-hole or you're running NoTrack as an application, then those systems there, you want to make sure that that you're not following these instructions, because it's going to override what you're trying to do on NoTrack. You need to do that either on the router level or if you're using the Pi-hole or the NoTrack, you want to set those up to be your primary DNS, because you set your router up to look at your Pi-hole. So you set your Pi-hole wherever your blocking scripts are, that's what you want to resolve at 1.1.1.1. Definitely nothing downstream. Okay, so using your router, the downside with the router is every router is different. I'm using a pfSense router. So for me, I just went on and you can just go and you find your DNS servers, which is on your, I think it's on System General Setup, I think, is where your DNS servers are. And then you want to use both these servers, 1.1.1.1 and 1.0.0.1. Now the second number is actually a backup number. Google also has a backup number, and I forget what their backup number is, but these are the IP4. If you have IP6, you want to use these numbers. And then what that's going to do is that's going to enable you to to be using Cloudflare's DNS system. Now, why might you want to use it? Well, you don't know what your ISP is logging or not logging, but Cloudflare has made the commitment to not log any data, and anything that has to be logged is going to be deleted within 24 hours. That's actually pretty good privacy from a company that has never made money with selling data or anything like that. That's not their business model. Versus your ISP, that is their business model. So that's why you might want to use this. Now, the extra consideration is on pfSense and probably other routers as well. You can actually set a client DHCP server and a client DNS server to also be 1.1.1.1. If you are using host files, blocking scripts, something like a Pi-hole or NoTrack, or what I'm doing with pfSense with this extensive blocking script, if that happens to be your case, do not set that up. Because what that's going to do is, instead of your router being your DNS server, your computer will go straight to 1.1.1.1, and everything you're trying to block is going to pass through. So don't set it as the server for your individual devices. Just put that on the router level, and then allow your router to manage all of your other DNS. So that's kind of what you want to do. So do you want to do this? Absolutely. I hope this video covered the what, the why, and the how. So thanks for watching. All right, so there's that one. All right. Linux distros on CDs make good coasters. There you go. Bow down before the Linux master race. The laptop can't exactly grab a backup keyboard. Today's teens might be tomorrow's revolutionaries. Yep. A lot of Logitech laptop mouse and receiver died on me. Yeah. And this one here, this is so crappy. In fact, it's supposed to be a combo, a mouse, a keyboard combo. The mouse already stopped working it, so I actually have two hubs. I mean, I just need to buy a newer, better one, I think. I'm making progress with the Universal Linux package installer shell script. Very good. Very cool. Boy, lost my place again. Has anyone else had problems installing Antergos lately? I haven't tried in a while. Is the same mind control number 1111? Yes, apparently it is. Add you to the drawing. Oh, no. Oh, sorry, man. I didn't see that. Next time I do a mouse pad, maybe I'll do a kitty cat mouse pad giveaway in a month or so. Kitty, can I give you away on a mouse pad? All right. Just have to watch a stream and be entered in a drawing. Yeah, I did a drawing at 10,000 subs. I think it was it 10,000 subs or was it 1 million views? I forget. It was one of those two. So I did a drawing and it was a few weeks ago, but one person I never heard back and I needed the address. So yeah, when I do another giveaway, I'll announce it on the stream. This is a wired or a wireless keyboard. I'm using OpenDNS. Yes, that's another one. Want a mouse pad? I like mouse. When I went to my job interview, they asked me what animal I'd like to be, and I said a rat. Nice. Something called OpenDNS. Yes, OpenDNS is a thing. Effectively, your DNS server will handle your internet traffic, at least resolving your domain names. Yep. So because it doesn't use your ISP's DNS, keeps your traffic off their grid, so to speak. They want to see it, they would have to dig to find what DNS servers you're using. Yep. Now 1,000 more people to slow their bandwidth. Yeah, that's the thing. It's gonna be the thing. We're gonna have to see how fast it is once everyone's on there. Yeah, shut your Pi-hole. No, Pi-hole is a Raspberry Pi local DNS system that you can run. Excellent for blocking tracking scripts and other stuff like that. Will you upload this as a video after the stream? Yes. Yes. It may or may not be today. It'll be in my list of queue of things I'll release when I'm looking for something to release or have a spare few minutes. But the special kitty mouse pad needs to have a bite mark. I'll have to think about that. Kitty's name is CJ. This one's CJ. I have another one named TJ, but she rarely shows up on the streams. She's got a cuter face, but she's shy. She's camera shy. Think they have the same mouse and keyboard, Tom. Yep. Yep. It's horrible. Horrible, both of them. Oh, but DNS always served me well. Good. Very good. On Spectrum, can I use 1.1? Yes. Yes, you can. They don't know that Microsoft is starting their own Linux distro. There will be a license fee. Yep. See ya, pizza, pizza, pizza. Pizza, you're eating yourself? You self-cannibal. All right, well, I think that gets me to the end of what we wanted to do. So the very best part of this stream, especially for you folks that are new, the best part of this stream is the part where we feed the kitty. Feeding the kitty. It's your favorite time of the stream. It's your favorite time of the stream, kitty. Favorite time of the stream. Oh, yeah. He's excited. Oh, yeah. You want to dig in there? You want to go in there? Come on, buddy. Put your paw in there. Put your paw in there. Do it. Oh, look at him. I got to put this paw in there. Oh, go on. Go on. Oh, you got it. You almost got it, buddy. You almost got it. You almost got it. Oh, he got it. Yeah, good boy. Ready? Number 2. And number 3 right here. Oh, yeah. Are they finger looking good? This is the last call for comments, by the way, if you're new. Yeah. All right. All right. What do I need to print on my printer from a remote location? Yeah, that's the funny thing. Yeah, she is a privacy-centric kitty cat. This guy here represents the rest of the world. I got nothing to hide. The other cat's like, yeah, I'm out of here, man. There's a camera on. Yep, CJ, real owner of the channel. Yep, that's why if you happen to miss it, I have not gotten my I've not gotten my proof copies in yet, but we do have available on the Switched to Linux store now a kitty. We do happen to have a kitty t-shirt now. We have a kitty t-shirt, kitty bag. There's t-shirts of various colors available. This is one of the nice drawstring bags. I think, oh, I have it on coffee cups too. Kitty is on coffee cups. Let me see what else I put the kitty on. Oh, I did put him on the shopping bag. I wasn't sure I put him on the shopping bag, but I did. Coffee mugs. Should I put that on the travel mug too? See, I have that there, but I have the coffee cups here. There's coffee cups. There was 20% off today. Next week, I think sometime they're doing a free shipping. So be aware of that. Okay. So you can check those out. All right. So how or what the beneficial is me, so no, the router turned off and stick with my Wi-Fi. There you go. Joe, come out the old home message system. I'm home right now. Cats own you, not the other way around. Yep, that is the case. That is the case. Jaron, yeah, I apologize. The show is ending. I will be cutting this up and uploading various parts of it later. Digital, you can always access them straight away. Bag for the snacks. Dogs have owners, cats have staff. Yep. It's cute, but what about shipping to Canada? Actually, yeah, you can go ahead and buy those. Let me find out when the free shipping is. The distributor that I use, if you get it directly from the shop, shipping to you is not expensive. It's from me shipping it out of the country that's where it gets expensive. Simply because of the fact that I have to get it here first and then ship it out, versus their system, they have distributors that actually print it and distribute it from within your country. Okay. So in 5.2 and 5.3, so May 2nd, May 3rd, which is about a week, I think, there is free shipping at .com, .au, and .ca only. And then there's full shop free shipping for everywhere else in the world, 4 through 5.6. Should wear a tux, the penguin costume. That'd be funny. All right. We'll see you guys later. Let's see. Yeah, the phone tape for message. Names from 96. He went to the hospital, died. Heard it when I got home. Wow. Peace, bro. Yeah, you're late. I'm sorry. Canada, NAFTA. I was a shipper for years. Yep. My cat will attack you. Pick it up in Seattle then. All right, folks. We will catch you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. Once again, you can help support the channel at Patreon. Patreon.com/TomM. Also have the support page, switchtolinks.com/support. And there are some Amazon affiliate links down below. So thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you later.